So this video is going to be doing the review sheet. Okay, so my first question says evaluate the expression for the given value of the variable. So I got a equaling -3. So every time I take an a out and replace a -3, I always have parentheses. Okay, so I do my order of operations. So I look inside my parentheses first for p. So -3 plus 1 is -2. Next is exponent. So I do my exponent. So I got -3 squared is 9. Multiplication is next. -2 times -2 is 4. 9 plus 4 should get me 13. My next one, I have an S representing 4. I'm going to try a different way of writing it. So I zoomed in. So I have 5 times 2, put 4 in there in the parentheses, minus 3 times, put 4 in there in its parentheses, and 2. Okay, so we do inside of parentheses first. So when I go back in my parentheses, I always do my exponent rule, or my order of operations again. So 2 times 4 gets me 8. And in there I got 4 plus 2, which gets me 6. I still have inside my parentheses I can do, so 8 minus 1 gets me 7. I don't have any exponents, but I have things I can multiply. 7 times 5 is 35. 6 times 3 is 18. 35 minus 18 should get you 17. Oops. Oh, Lord. So my next one, I'm renting scuba gear from the water sports store. It costs $5 per hour and a $15 deposit. Write an expression representing the cost of scuba gear. Use this expression to find the cost of renting scuba gear when it is used for 8 hours. Okay, so when you're going to take the test, make sure you are circling certain things that it's telling you to do, or certain things that you have, so I can see the thought process of what's going on. So I know it's $5 per hour, but I don't know how many hours. So I'm going to do 5H, okay, with a deposit of $15. So I already put in 15, so I'm going to add 15 to that. Okay, but I want to know how much it cost me for 8 hours. So let's go ahead and take that H out and put an 8 in. So I got 5 times 8, which gets me 40. 40 plus 15, so it cost me $55. And make sure you label so I don't take off points. Number 7, we are solving. So I want to move my r's around, so I'm going to subtract 2r. So I'm going to get 2 is equal to r minus 5. I am going to add 5 to both sides. So r is going to equal 7. Ooh. So this one, I have to distribute first. So I'm going to distribute a -8. So I'm going to get 4 minus 8t minus 8, because we distributed a -8, is equal to 64. 4 minus 8 gets me -4, because we can combine like terms. Remember, if they're on the same side, you do as it says. Let's go ahead and add 4 over. So I got -68t is equal to 68. Divide by -8. So t is equal to -68 over 8. Okay, my next one, I am solving for x, so I need to get x by itself, so I get rid of the things not attached to it first. So I need to subtract this 3 over. I'm going to zoom in a little bit here. So I got rid of that 3, so now it is equal to a minus 3. Okay, that 8 is attached to the xt and to the -1, so we need to multiply both sides by 8 to get rid of it. So now I have xt minus 1 is equal to, but I multiply everything on that right side, so it becomes 8a minus 24. Let's go ahead and add 1, so it's still in the process of trying to get that x by itself. So you get rid of the things not attached to it first. So this becomes a -23. Okay, and now we have to divide by t, because right now it's being multiplied, so to get rid of it, we got to divide it. So my answer is 8a minus 23 divided by t. I'm going to try to move over to this next one here. So this time we're trying to get the W by itself. So let's go ahead and subtract, trying to get the W. Let's go ahead and subtract LH to move it over to the other side. So I have A minus LH is equal to LW plus WH, okay? This is one of them where I had to pull the GCF out. Right now they're sharing a W, so if I take that W out and have it sitting on the outside, I'll have that L plus H sitting in the inside. If I redistribute it, I should get back to square one, but I don't want to do that because I want to get rid of this L plus H, so W is by itself. So right now it's being multiplied to that W, so to get rid of it, we need to divide it. So A minus LW over L plus H is equal to W. And now that W is by itself. Okay, always, sometimes, and never. So let's go ahead and combine some like terms first. So we got 1 minus 6, which is negative 5. 6 and negative x gets me 5x. If I subtract 5x to both sides, my 5x's cancel. Negative 5 equals negative 5 always. It will always equal that. My next one, I'm going to have to erase that, do some distributing first. So I need to distribute this 2 on both sides here, so it becomes negative x plus 10x minus 2 is equal to 6x plus 8. Make sure you distribute it to both terms in there, plus x. Let's combine some like terms. This gets me 9x minus 2, and my x's, 6x plus x gets me 7x. Let's go ahead and subtract 7x. So I have 2x minus 2 is equal to 8. Add 2 to both sides. 2x is equal to 10. Divide by 2. So 10 divided by 2 should get me 5. So this is sometimes true when x is equal to 5. Never true is going to be if both sides don't equal each other. So negative 3 equals 3. That one's going to be a never true. Okay, so graphing. So first we need to get that n by itself, so we're going to have to distribute here. Or you could technically divide by negative 2 and do it that way. But if I distribute, I can go ahead and solve 2. So I'm going to add 2 now. So negative 2n is greater than or equal to 6. Divide by negative 2. Remember, when I divide by a negative, I need to flip my inequality. 6 divided by negative 2 is negative 3. If there is a line underneath it, it should be a closed dot. My variable is on my left side, so I can do my cheat arrow, and it points to the left. My next one, we're going to subtract 2a over, so now I have 5 is less than 4a plus 1. We're going to subtract 1. 4 is less than 4a, divide by 4. I'm going to go up here, so 1 is less than a. So I know it's at 1. I know it's an open dot. Remember, the variable has to be on the left side to do the cheat arrow. So right now a is being eaten, so a is still being eaten, so it needs to be shaded to the right. Okay, down here, write and solve the inequality. The product of a number and 6 is at least 42. So product means to multiply. Okay, it needs to be at least number and 6, so it's multiplying by 6. So let's just say we're talking about x here, and we know it needs to be at least 46. So that means the least it can be is 46, but it can't, or 42, sorry, but it can be 42. So you're always eating the bigger thing. So you want to eat the bigger thing in this situation, and the smallest amount should be on the other side, so that 42. Okay, so we're going to solve in graphs. So this first one I need to divide by 3 and get negative 2. I got to subtract 1, get rid of the things not attached to it first, and divide by 2. So x is greater than or equal to 1. So I got negative 2, 1. They're both closed dots. This one is shaded to the left. That one is shaded to the right. And it says it was an OR problem, so they should be going outward. My next one, I got to subtract 2. So negative 2t is less than 2. Divide by negative 2. When I divide by a negative, my sign flips. 2 divided by negative 2 is negative 1. When I divide this, 6 divided by 2 should be 3, so I got 1 at -1, 3. They're both open dots. Make sure you emphasize the dots. This one is shaded to the right, and this one is shaded to the left, and an and problem should be shaded inward. This next one, I need to get x by itself in the center first, so I need to subtract 1 from every side. -3 minus 1 gets me -4. It cancels in the center. 10 minus 1 gets me, 9. Then I need to divide it all by 2. -4 divided by 2 is -2. X, and then 9 over 2. Okay, this is the part where people try to skip steps. You got to split it into your two equations. So I have the left side and the right side. I know they're both open dots. The problem is this one, the variable's on the wrong side. So right now x is being eaten, so x is being eaten again. So I know it now needs to be shaded to the right, and the other one is shaded to the left. So be careful that you have to split those. Solve each equation, check for extraneous solutions. Okay, so I'm going to do 18 first. So first you got to get rid of the things not attached to your absolute value. So you need to subtract 2. 20 minus 2 is 18. Now there's nothing else to move around, so we need to split it. So I have 3x plus 3 is equal to the positive 18, and 3x plus 3 is equal to the negative 18. So we need to subtract 3 for both of these. 18 minus 3 is 15, divide by 3. So I got x is equal to 5. This other one, I got 3x is equal to negative 21, divide by 3, x is equal to negative 7. But now we need to go back and check our answer. So I'm going to rewrite it up here so that I can erase this. Okay, so I'm going to take that x out. I'm going to put, let's do 5 first, in. Remember, do it into your original equation. Work the inside first. 3 times 5 gets me 15. 15 plus 3 is 18. Absolute value of 18 is 18. 18 plus 2 is 20. My next one, I have 3 times negative 7 plus 2 is equal to 20. This is negative 21 plus 2. Negative 21 plus 2. Oops, that was my bad. It should be this. The absolute value should not be here. Hold on 1 second. There we go. I need to fix this one. There we go. Okay, so negative 21. Oh, Lord. 1 second. There's supposed to be a plus 3 in there. Whew. Plus 3 plus 2 equals 20. All right. There we go. Negative 21 plus 3 should get me negative 18. Absolute value of negative 18 is positive 18. 18 plus 2 is 20. So they both worked. I'm going to go ahead and erase this to get number 19 set up. So there's nothing to move, so we automatically jump into our split. So I have x plus 2 equals the original, and x plus 2 equals the opposite. So we need to subtract 2 for both. So x is equal to negative 7, and x is equal to 3. So if I plug negative 7 in, negative 7 plus 2 is negative 5. The absolute value of negative 5 is 5, so that one did not work. Now I got 3 plus 2 equals negative 5, which is 5 equals negative 5. Absolute value of 5 is still 5, so neither of them worked. Okay, so my next one, I'm going to erase all this and get ready for the next one. So there's something attached to my absolute value. Right now it's being multiplied, so to get rid of it we need to divide it. So now I have b plus 2 is equal to 2b. Nothing else to move, so I'm going to go to the split. So I'm going to have b plus 2 is equal to the original equation, and b plus 2 is equal to the opposite. So we need to subtract 2 for both. Ooh, just kidding. I want to move that b over. So we're going to subtract b. So then 2b minus b, so I have 2 equals b on this one. I have 2 equals negative 3b, so we divide by negative 3. So b is equal to negative 2/3. We need to check it. So I'm going to go back to my original, and fill in my b. Work the inside first, so 2 plus 2 is 4. 4 times 2 is 8. Absolute value of 4 is still 4, and they're being multiplied. 4 times 2 is 8, so that one worked. Now we got to check negative 2/3. So I'm going to erase this here so I have some space. So 2 negative 2 over 3 plus 2 is equal to 4 times negative 2 over 3. So I'm going to make this 4 over 1 and then multiply across. So 4 times negative 2 is negative 8. 3 times 1 is 3. This fraction we need a common denominator. My common denominator is going to be 3, so I need to multiply 3 over 3. So I have negative 2/3 plus 6 over 3 now. 6 plus negative 2 gets me 4 over 3. Absolute value of that is positive, so we're going to be multiplying. So when we do it, we multiply across. So 2 over 1, I got 8 over 3. So that one did not work. Okay, solve and graph. So first I need to divide by negative 2 because I need to get rid of the things by my absolute value first. When I divide by a negative, it flips my sign. Negative 12 divided by negative 2 is a positive 6. Now I can go into my break. So 4x minus 3 is greater than 6, so my original, and 4x minus 3, flip my inequality, flip my sign. We're going to have to add 3 to both. I'm going to do my work at the top in a second here. So it becomes 4x is greater than or equal to 9, and 4x is less than or equal to negative 3. Divide by 4, so x is greater than or equal to 9 over 4, and x is less than or equal to negative 3 over 4. Put the negative on the negative side, the positive on the positive side. They're both closed dots. This one is shaded to the left, and that one is shaded to the right. Okay, I'm going to erase this so that I can do number 22. Okay, first we got to get rid of the things not attached to absolute value, so we need to subtract 5. Now we go into our split. 4x minus 3 is greater than negative 3. 4x minus 3, flip the sign, flip the sign. So we got to add 3 to both. So this becomes 4x is greater than 0. When I divide by 4, 0 divided by any number is still 0. This becomes 4x is less than 6. Divide by 4, x is less than 6 over 4. So I have 0, I have 6 over 4. They're both open dots. This is shaded to the right. This is shaded to the left. So that means all real numbers would be included in this because it's an absolute value. You can include negatives. This continues forever this way, and this continues forever this way.